you feel stressed out trying to balance school, work, and family? I know I used to feel that way, but I've taken steps to learn to manage my stress, and you can do this as well. But in order to come up with a realistic approach for being able to manage stress, you first need to understand exactly what stress is, the causes of stress and the effects, good and bad types of stress, and different aspects of managing stress. So what is stress? Stress refers to a physiological and sociological response to a significant or unexpected event in a person's life. Stress can be described as the nonspecific response of the body to any demand, whether it's caused by pleasant or unpleasant conditions. While stress is not always negative, it can be problematic or unhealthy. How we respond to stress is the result of learned or conditioned habits that we develop early in life to cope with problems, conflicts, or disruptive events. But our responses to stress are innate, basic human survival mechanisms. Our response to stress involves many physiological changes that are collectively known as the fight or flight response, in which when you are aware of threat or danger, your brain immediately sends signals to the sympathetic nerves, which send signals to the organs, and the adrenal glands are activated. But staying in this state for longer than needed is what causes stress, and in many cases chronic stress. And that brings us to the different stages of stress. Once under the influence of a stressor, people's body respond in very similar ways. For example, if you have to give a speech in front of your class, your heart rate may increase, your throat may become dry, your palms become sweaty, you could become dizzy or nauseous, and somebody who just lost their job or someone who found out that their significant other wanted to terminate a relationship may experience those same feelings. And that's because our body goes through 3 stages when confronted with a stressor. And the first stage is the alarm stage. Once exposed to a threat or a danger, the body prepares for difficulty, which is basically the fight or flight response. The second stage is a resistance stage, in which the body attempts to reestablish its equilibrium or a balanced state. Our bodies are geared for survival, so being in the alarm state for a prolonged period is unhealthy, and the body will try to resist the threat or resolve the problem and reduce the intensity of the response to a manageable level. And the third stage is the exhaustion stage. The length of time that it takes to balance or restore the body's equilibrium, the amount of energy and the amount of effort required to recover determines how exhausted your body will become as a result of stress. If stress is not managed well, it can affect us in many negative ways. Constant increased levels of adrenaline will eventually wear your body's immune system down. And when this occurs, you are much less likely to be able to cope with stress. And it can cause social and relationship problems, academic and work problems. It can even cause medical problems. Some of the medical problems that have been linked to stress are rheumatoid arthritis, cardiovascular problems, lupus, migraines, sleep disorders, anxiety, cancer, asthma, kidney disease, infertility, drug abuse, and alcoholism. But there are some benefits of stress. Stress can be motivating and energizing at a moderate level. And it's important to recognize the right level of stress you need to reach your potential. So what are the sources of stress? The causes. There's many causes of stress besides just experiencing negative or positive situations in life. For some people, it's financial worries. For others, it's relationship problems. And for some people, it's job-related. Going to college, especially students, is like crossing into a new culture, so to speak. Students must learn new customs and traditions, new ways of doing certain things, and this can be very stressful. There's interpersonal stressors, homesickness, relationship problems, balancing work at home and school, academic stressors, test anxiety, speech anxiety, math anxiety. Um, and that brings us to the aspects of managing stress. Research on how people cope with stress has shown that people tend to resolve problems usually within 2 weeks of experiencing them. Because stress disrupts the body's equilibrium, it's human nature to try to resolve these problems as quick as possible. And the physical aspects of stress management involve meeting your basic needs of sleep, exercise, and nutrition. Getting 8 hours of sleep a night, 30 minutes of exercise per day, getting a recommended amount of all the different food groups, and the social aspects of stress management. To manage stress effectively, you have to make time to have fun and go out and play. Laughter increases the release of endorphins, which makes you breathe heavily, which will help you reduce stress. Participating in social activities like sports, different social organizations, and just talking with friends can give you the break that you need to not focus on whatever's stressing you. Put your mind somewhere else. Environmental aspects of stress management. Putting yourself in a relaxing and soothing environment is key to reducing stress to a manageable level. There's psychological aspects of stress management. Relaxation and deep breathing ensures that you don't remain in the stress response state for too long. There's progressive muscle relaxation, which is based on the use of positioning your body in a certain way and focusing on a particular muscle group and inhaling and exhaling, contracting and releasing your muscles in a certain rhythm. And also meditation and hypnosis have been reported very effective ways to reducing and managing stress. There's cognitive aspects of stress management. Managing your time effectively can really help you manage stress. You have to assess your habits. Use a planner to help manage time. Set some goals and prioritize. There's stress inoculation, which is similar to flu shot. Exposing yourself to specific stressful situations a little at a time under controlled conditions teaches you to relax and manage stress. Cognitive self-talk. What we tell ourselves has a huge effect on how well we manage stress. And conquering procrastination can be one of the most helpful aspects of reducing and relieving stress. And with all that being said, you can develop a realistic approach to managing stress. Just using some of this information can really help you to get through hard times and dealing and managing your stress. You don't want to completely go away with stress because, like I said, certain levels of stress can really help you focus and excel and do well.